Well, good morning again, boat lovers. It is going to be a gorgeous day today. I think we're going to get to about 22 degrees, which is fantastic. Icy cold this morning, and I know the boat shed's going to be freezing, but I need to get stuck into that transom area and get that all glassed and finished. So I'm up and at 'em bright and early. Alrighty, had a couple of days off, partially due to it being so cold that I couldn't use the epoxy, and partly being due to the fact that I needed a good rest. But I'm feeling pretty good today and going to get stuck back into it. I've bought myself a little sanding file. I think they might call them a furnisher. Just a little cheapie to see if that's going to help me sanding the epoxy fillets. So I'm going to give that a shot this morning and get stuck into it. So here we go. Hello boat lovers, welcome aboard. I'm Steve and I'm single-handedly building Dragonfly. She's a 53 foot or 16.2 metre flat bottom wooden riverboat. She includes twin outboards, aft cabin, galley, a saloon, wheelhouse, separate head and shower, and a centerline queen double up front. She's specifically designed for the sheltered and inland waters of the River Murray here in South Australia. Join us each week to watch the mayhem and madness of one man and his rescue dog building a massive 53 foot flat bottom wooden riverboat. I think this morning's first task will be getting that fire on, because although I'm sanding, a little bit later I'm going to be taping and fiberglassing this transom area. So I'll get the fire on, get this area warmed up, partly for the glue and partly for me. Alrighty folks, so this is the little unit that I've got, and I'm hoping that that round bit on the end there will get in and do the corner fillets. I'm about to give it a shot. I had one little go and I think it's working all right. So I'll try and film this. Let's see how we go. All right, I have a little squizzy, just trying to do this fillet here. Hopefully you can see that. Yep. All right. Goggles on, and I'm just trying to scratch up the surface, get any film off so I can get my taping and fiberglassing done. Here we go. Wow, actually that's working really well. I don't know how long it'll last, but the sandpaper, but Well, I'm really pleased with that. I wasn't sure if it's going to work, but that is really getting in and doing a great job of smoothing out these fillets, ready for glassing. So it's quite a narrow little wheel on the end, but that rounded bearing on the end allows me to get into the corners. So that's going to be really handy, especially for the smaller areas when I get inside the boat. I don't know how long one of these little sanding belts is going to last. I'm being pretty gentle with it, and it's a very coarse belt. I bought this unit last night and I couldn't get any replacement belts. They're out of stock. I do have one extra came with it in the box, but I'll have to hunt around and see if I can get some more belts. But so far that's done a fantastic job. That's just taken me a minute or so and saved a lot of elbow grease. So there's the finished result. Let's do a little close up there if you can get in and see that. That's fantastic. And along that bottom fillet as well. Okay, really pleased with that. So I will keep going.
Last night, I thought I just might consider checking out early. But when the time drew near, the light was coming in, I said, I'm not going down that easy. I've been drinking all night, I'm so weary. The moon's shining bright, the day's receding. The dogs are hungry now, they need feeding. When you're coming home, I need you near me.
Good morning again, boat lovers. Back in the shed this morning and about to continue my fiberglassing efforts on the transom in the engine bays. I'll show you where I got up to yesterday, and then I'm going to continue on getting everything glassed, etc. Here we go. I'll turn the camera around and give you a look. Alrighty, so just got a bit of glass lying over there at the moment. It's a heavy double biaxial glass. Inside, everything will get glassed. I'm going to do this piece first, and then I'll be putting strips of the same cloth in all the filleted corners, etc., nice and wide, just to strengthen everything up. And there'll be a couple of layers, of course, on these engine mounting areas, and everything else gets completely glassed in. It's done there, and there's that one, just getting everything ready to go. Really pleased with that little tool that I bought, the little sanding file. Got into all those fillets really well, super quick, got everything smoothed off, and saved me a lot of elbow grease from sanding. So really happy with that tool. It's only about $69 or something, just a little cheapie, but it's going to do the job. I've rigged up a table for myself, a cutting table for the fiberglass. Got this table here, just really handy for cutting everything. I'll give you a bit of a close-up of the grain in that cloth. Hopefully you can see that. It's quite heavy. And here's my little aluminium strip that I use as a ruler for all my cutting. You can cut the fiberglass with scissors. I've got heavy-duty scissors, which sometimes I use, but where you can, cutting with a razor knife, Stanley knife or something, really gets you a nice clean edge. And cutting with scissors, you tend to get fraying a little bit. And when you're epoxying everything into place, the smoother edges are much easier to work with, so it just saves a bit of time. Alrighty, so that's the plan today. Get this glassing done. So for the next hour or so, I'll be cutting fiberglass and just making sure I've got everything ready in the right spot. And then after lunch today, when the shed warms up enough, I will start to mix up my resin and glass things into place. Alrighty folks, I'm going to cut out some strips of this glass to doing all those corner fillets. I need quite a few of those. This is 100mm wide, so that's what I'm going to use. Instead of fiberglass tape, I'm using strips of fiberglass. It's heavier duty, cheaper to use this way, and be a lot stronger than just fiberglass tape. So that is the plan.
train of thought, destination left north. The price was time, and I had time to spare. Left of north must be just ahead. All aboard the train of thought. Destination left unknown. Don't know just how long I'll be gone. Nobody there cares where you come from. You won't find it on any map. You can't get there using science or math. No baggage, no watch, no phone. I'm naked on this platform, all alone. All aboard the train of thought. Destination left unknown. Don't know just how long I'll be gone. Nobody there cares where you come from. So join me on this thoughtful trip. Those left behind won't know what they'll miss. Don't know how long we'll be away. When I make it to left of north, I might just stay. All aboard the train of thought. Destination left of north. Don't know just how long I'll be gone. Nobody there cares where you come from. All aboard the train of thought. Destination left of north. Don't know just how long I'll be gone. Nobody there cares where you come from.
Oh, good morning again, boat lovers. It is freezing this morning. Not technically freezing, but it's about 4 degrees Celsius. So it's certainly cold enough. Too cold for me to glass that other engine bay. So I'm going to grab the little mini tractor, go and grab a little bit of wood, get this fire started. I've got some piles of wood that I chainsawed up the other day, so I might as well fill up the bucket of the little tractor, bring that into the shed, and I can get this fire going. As you've seen before, the fireplace is right by the back of the boat, so when I get that pumping, I'd say after maybe an hour or so, this back area of the shed and the transom area of the boat should be warm enough for me to glass that other engine bay. That's the one just here. So as I showed you, well, as you just saw in the other part of the video, which was taken several days ago, we've got this one all done. It's first layer of glass anyway, there's some more layers to put on there. But this one here, got everything sort of almost ready to go. But as I say, it is just icicles in here. So without further ado, I'm going to go and grab some wood and get this little baby all fired up. All right, I will see you in about 15 minutes and we'll get some fire going. And maybe a hot coffee as well. All right, let's grab this wood. I know, not exactly bushman's kindling, but it's an easy fire start. That's better. Had to get myself a new grinder because the old one decided to die, or at least the seat of the bearing where you put the grinding blades had worn, and so the blades were spinning. A little Makita that I had for about 20 years, so a good run. So I bought myself a newie, and I'm just going to shorten this paint stirring paddle because I'm going to use that for mixing up the epoxy today. When I'm doing large mixes, it takes such a long time by hand. These things are great. but they're quite long because they're made for deep paint tins. So I'm just going to nip it off with a grinder, with my new grinder. These will do. Actually, that whippersnipper helmet works quite well for the grinding. It's great. Alrighty, there we go. Shorten that, pop it in the drill, and we'll get some epoxy mixed up and get some glassing done. Alrighty, just about ready to go. Got the got that one in there. Hopefully that's going to mix my epoxy alright. I bought myself a new little tool for my fiberglassing. I have another one of these, but it got quite clogged up, and I think I freed it, but I just want to have a spare because I don't want to get stuck in the middle of glassing and then have my other one seize up. Quite expensive, these little things, but they do a good job. So I've got that one, that's ready to go. Bought some ice cream containers. Usually I just use plastic cups and bags, but because I'm doing larger amounts, like all the boat builders and fiberglassers, most of them use two sizes of these, and you can reuse these once the epoxies come out of this and it leaves a film on here which sets. You can often just get the compressor, give it a little squirt, and you can reuse them 2 or 3 times. So all of that being said, I think it's time to mix up some gear and get into it. That fire has made a difference already. You're seeing this in almost real time. The fire's been on for 20 minutes, half an hour, and it's amazing. It's just taken that chill off enough that I feel like I can move my fingers and I can work, and that hopefully I can work the resin, the epoxy in through the glass. That's really the main issue, that when it's warm, the epoxy becomes really viscous and it's quite easy to work through, and the colder it is, the harder that is. But we're not going to have many warm days right now, and I want to get this area done. I've left that engine bay for several days now because it's just been so cold. I've been putting this off and putting it off, but it's Monday today, and I just have to push on with it. Otherwise we won't get this boat in the water. Right. I just use the brush. It's quite good for getting the epoxy into the corners where the glass is in. Just sort of push it in with the brush, spread it around a little bit. Most of the work's done by my squeegee and by these little things. You see, that's the one that I've had. It's a bit stiff, so I'm going to use the new one. Leave that one in the acetone for now. All right. And my mixing spatula. Crazy. It only takes a few days not to be glassing or using epoxy, and I feel like I have to turn my brain on again to think of all the little odds and sods that you have to get ready. It's not that hard, it's just the preparation is key when doing this stuff. Just have everything at hand, everything ready. Even then, things go wrong and I'll make a mess. Okay, this little round spatula works really well with mixing buckets to scrape all the excess out. Because it's cold, I've got the compressor ready to blow some air into these to force the glue out. Alright, I might start with a 600 I think, see how we go. Alright. Here it comes. Alright boat lovers, that's pretty much it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as Maple and I enjoyed making it. If you did, please hit the like button and remember to subscribe. It's free and it's great for the channel. Maple and I look forward to seeing you guys again next week with more boating madness and mayhem.